But it's just our mind.
Look, scientifically, you talked about cause and effect, yes?
Yeah.
Scientifically, for all this cause, all this universe, yes? So all this effect.
Okay.
What was the cause of this effect?
I don't know.
You see, this is what I mean.
Yeah,
when you said I've done my research.
Yeah, but the fact that I don't know. Okay, nobody knows. But that that doesn't entail me.
But as an inquisitive mind, as a person who believes in science, you should not be stopping yourself at I don't know, and that's it.
No. I'm not stopping myself. I'm stopping at. Because I don't know what the cause should be, I do not put God in there.
I'm not asking you to put God.
I'm choosing not to put God in there.
Okay, let me rephrase the question.
Yeah.
Do you think that this complex universe that you see around you, yes, these billions of stars and galaxies and so on, this entire universe which is so complex, do you really think this came about by chance?
I don't know.
Is that a possibility? Based on what you have researched, is that a possibility?
Okay, personally I think that it might have come about by, I don't know, by some cause, I don't know what. But
exactly, and what is that? You see, for you to say I don't know, it's not really an answer, you see what I mean?
No, I think it's very honest, I don't know it, I don't claim to know.
I'm not saying you're not honest.
No, I'm
just saying that when you say that I've done my research, and I've concluded there is no God, it shows that you haven't actually completed your research. You have come to a point where you're saying I don't know, and maybe that is a beginning of something.
Okay, when I say I've done my research, it means that I've concluded, my personal journey is that God is a man construct, because in the past we thought there was a God behind the lightnings because we didn't know better. Today we know a lot more about science, a lot more about what happens in the universe, the Big Bang and stuff, but we still don't know the cause behind what we now know, and we still, as humans beings, put God in there. My personal preference is that I don't think there is a need to put this human concept in there. I do not claim to say.
Why do you think there's no need? Why? For you, do you really think saying I don't know is adequate?
Well, there are points in which you have to say I don't know.
Look, let me ask you this: do you think something can come about from nothing?
This is a very interesting question. There is a video on YouTube. There's a conversation by Lawrence Krauss and Richard Dawkins, and the conversation is entitled "Something from Nothing." So this physicist.
Have you looked at that?
Yes, of course.
And what did you conclude?
I'm telling
what was Lawrence Krauss's definition of nothing?
No, sorry. Lawrence. Okay, I cannot quote Lawrence Krauss because
I'm not asking you for him.
Okay,
I'm asking you to tell me what you understand from his definition of nothing.
Lawrence Krauss has come about with this interesting idea based on the findings of quantum physics that even the emptiness can have still virtual particles is appearing, disappearing. Some weird theory like that, which has some ground in science.
Did you say weird theory?
Yeah, wait. So that's the thing. He doesn't say. He says, based on the research, I think this is a plausible explanation, but it's up still. The jury's still out, right? So the difference. So for me, that's convincing. Not because I believe that is the real thing.
I'm not asking you to define what you really experimented and so on.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, what do you think is the definition of nothing?
I don't know. I think it's a human concept, first of all. No, it is a human concept. Okay, what is the definition of a straight line?
A straight line.
An infinite straight line.
Well, infinity itself is a concept. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when you say a straight line, I mean, do you really want to be defining a straight line?
Is it not a human concept as well?
It's a concept, yes.
Yeah.
Numbers are
so,
a concept.
Okay. Let's answer back with a question. Why do you want me to define nothingness?
No, I'm not asking you to define. I'm asking you what's your understanding of it.
Okay, that's okay. My understanding of nothingness is that it's an extreme concept that doesn't happen in it might not even happen in nature.
Okay, let me ask you this. Was there something before the Big Bang?
I don't know. I think I don't know personally.
Would you say something or nothing?
I don't know.
You see, everything is I don't know.
Yes. Okay. What is your reply to that?
For me, look. For me, it's very.
Okay. Let me turn the question to you. What do you think there was something behind before the Big Bang?
Yes. You see, as far as science is concerned, one thing, there are two elements which are very important for scientists: space and time.
Yes.
Without this space-time continuum, it is very difficult for scientists to progress without these factors. Without space and time, they are unable to postulate theories. They can assume, they can speculate, but you see, they cannot perform theoretical, scientific experiments and so on.
As far as I know, they even
I'm telling you, let me finish.
That before the Big Bang, there was no space. So space and time were created during the Big Bang.
When you say created, this is
they came about in the. Come on,
you
let's not play with words.
Just because the scientists are unable to see as to what happened before the Big Bang, they can only speculate.
Yeah, of course. Everyone can.
Time started with the Big Bang.
Yeah,
space started with the Big Bang.
That is the current finding.
That's the reason. That's the reason I'm telling you.
State of art.
Yeah, so I'm telling you to basically look at it from the perspective of both science and the person, whichever science you want to pick, whichever science you're
the science and the religion.
No, whichever science you're comfortable.
No. Which are the two sides?
Religion is not a science. Religion might have
sorry. You said both
spirituality.
you said two sides. You said right?
No, I said both.
Yeah. So I'm asking you, what are the two
What I'm
sides?
saying is that when I say the two sides, it means look at it from a perspective of science, of what science is basically believing in the same, in what they can measure, in what they can perceive, and the other one is from your own spirituality, whatever you have, your feeling, your desires, your emotions, all these things. These are the things that science cannot explain. For example, do you really think there's an equipment, a device out there which measures the amount of love you have between you and your mom, or you and your children?
Well, emotions, as any thought, are the outcome of the electrical activity of the brain.
Yes, but can you really say with a device whether the love is real or is it fake?
I don't think it's a very. It's like it is so complex that defining that in straight term, like, what is can you measure the love? It's not.
Do you really think science will ever be able to solve that issue of love or of any emotions? For example, if
there is research going on. What do you mean by solving the emotions problem?
Because it's not a problem. I'm saying with the fact that science is only believing in these facts. You see, there are certain facts which science has not yet deciphered. And these are basically, I just showed you the example of love. How do you know that the love that you exercise or the love that you basically show is real or it's fake?
If I feel love for somebody, I know it's real because I feel it. What's the point?
Can you fake that?
Sorry?
Can you fake it? An actor?
But that's
wait,
what is
an
your
actor.
point?
You see, an actor in the movie, that's his job.
But the fact, okay.
I'm answering your question. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So an actor in the movies can easily fake the love scene.
Oh yes.
Or the hate scene.
Oh yes.
Yes. The sorrow. Yes. All these they can easily basically manufacture.
They master emotion to a level that most people don't.
Without having to feel it inside here. They can show an external emotion, which is very different to the internal. Like for example, there are people out there who might really show hatred, but they might not really hate from inside. They just maybe want to show it for the camera, or maybe to show their friends or something, to act tough or something. And the same goes with love.
Yes.
They might show love to their the
they might be
around them.
They might want to fool you. They want to trick you into giving them something.
That's what I'm telling you. Is there a measure that science can actually identify this from the fact, from the falsehood, from the true love, from the false love, from the true hatred, from the falsehood?
I think my personal opinion is that as of today there is not a reliable scientific method to decipher that. Personally, I don't think the question is very relevant.
No. Do you think science will really solve this? The reason I'm asking this is because you see, you believe that everything that science has discovered is a fact. Am I right? Because this.
No.
What is it?
So,
why would you believe in science?
Sorry, I'm a bit losing you. Can you go to the bottom line? What are you asking me?
Okay, what I'm asking is that, do you believe in everything that science has told you so far?
This is not the way science works. You don't believe into something that science tells you.
Okay, don't use the word believe. Do you think it's a fact that science, whatever they have discovered so far, is a fact?
Also, we're not going to that.
Okay, let me.
Can they be wrong? Let me rephrase that. Can scientists be wrong?
This is the whole point of science. It is proven until somebody comes about with a different proof. Right? Okay.
So until then, you believe that lie.
Let me ask you something. Do you believe in the force of gravity?
Yes, I do.
You believe in gravity?
I believe that gravity exists. I believe that the gravity on this earth is so precise that if it was any higher or any lower, we would either be floating or not be able to walk.
Or we might not we might not even be here in the first place if gravity was not this particular value.
Yeah, I mean not only gravity.
We're saying the same thing, right?
Not only gravity, but even the distance of the sun land,
Okay, so
or the distance of the moon,
exactly,
or the amount of water on the
sir,
earth, or
which
the
means
amount of
that
earth.
you believe in what science told you about the gravity.
No, wait. Science discovered gravity. Gravity was already there before Newton existed.
Yeah, but I'm trying to.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm totally with you. But
so before
you
Newton
asked,
discovered gravity,
I'm trying to say you
I
asked
was already here.
Okay, you asked me. Your question to me was, do you believe in everything that science has told you so far? And I asked you, as an example, do you believe in gravity? And you
what is
said
the point of
yes,
that?
because you
Do you really think that I believed in gravity only because science told me so?
Well, my point was, I don't think it's a good way of phrasing things when you say, do you believe in what science tells you? It's not a belief, it's just that gravity has been proven.
Don't make this between science and religion. As a Muslim,
I'm not.
No, hear me out.
I'm just saying,
I want to,
the word believing,
don't get hung up on words.
No.
Words can be defined.
Yeah.
We'll be here all
I'm not
day
getting
long.
hung up on words, I'm just getting, the words is a proxy for a concept, right? So the point is, I do not believe in what science tells me. I just know that, I believe, I take it for granted that, gravity, I can see it, and then I think, I have
You can't
heard
see
about
gravity.
Right.
You can see its effect.
Exactly.
You cannot see its gravity.
Gravity has been proven beyond doubt. So gravity is a scientific fact, right? Gravity is a fact.
No, but that's what I'm asking you. When you say gravity is a scientific fact, science discovered gravity. Yes.
No.
I don't deny
discovery.
that.
They proved it.
No. That's what discovery is. When you discover something, you have to prove it. Obviously, you can't just say I discovered a flying.
Let's not get hung up on words, okay? Discover.
No. It's very important because you see, when you discover something,
it was already there.
Yeah,
You didn't create it.
There are many things science has discovered, which was already there.
Of course.
And I give credit to scientists for that.
Yeah.
I do not say that, those bad scientists, how dare they? Many scientists.
Science, right? Okay. So,
and many scientists, by the way, Newton was a believer in God. Do you know that? Speaking of gravity, Newton actually believed in God. For your information. So don't try to create this conflict between religion and
I'm
science.
not creating that.
In fact, there isn't much conflict from Islam.
there is a lot. There is a lot of conflict because
I'll tell you
the mindset of a religious believer is that was said, it's immutable. What would it keep? Whereas in a science mindset, the question is, what would it take for you, not you, but for a person to change your mind? For example, evolution, right? The question, you ask an evolutionary biologist or evolutionary scientist or whatever, you name it, what would it take you, evolutionary scholar, to change your mind about what you pursued in your whole life and you dedicated your whole career to? And that guy...
Does it mean they cannot be wrong?
Wait. Exactly. The question is, what would it take for you to change your mind, Mr. Scholar? And he would reply to you, I could change my mind about evolution, could revise the theory if adequate proof of the contrary came about. A religious person would not say that because you can't change the word of God, can you?
Who told you that? There are many people who change their religions.
Okay.
So what do you think is a proof of that? That itself is a proof that they do change their mind. So for you to say they'll never change their mind is absolutely wrong.
Okay.
And wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Let me. I need to answer to that. I'm not claiming that every religious person is unable to change their mind. My point was that the religious mindset is someone, something, told something, meant something, fixed in time. There is no changing that. Okay, wait. This is,
you see, the
religious
religious
science
person,
is different.
Hear me out. The religious person, for example, how much do you know about Islam?
The what?
About Islam, how much do you know?
I think very little.
Yes, but you have denounced it without knowing it.
Yeah.
You have denounced it as not being able to be factual.
I didn't say that.
That the God of Islam.
I didn't say that.
No, hear me out. The teachings of Islam, the God of Islam, everything. Do you accept or reject it?
Well, how can I accept or reject something I'm not familiar with?
Yeah, but you said you have done your research earlier, didn't you?
Okay.
You have become an atheist without looking into all these different perspectives.
No. Okay.
If you have done the research,
okay,
and then you have said, yes, I've made an educated...
I made an educated guess, okay? When I say I've done my research, I do not mean that I've researched Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, Islam to the full extent so I can argue and portray myself as a scholar, and I can teach, actually you Muslims are wrong, you Christians are wrong. What I mean is, I've done my personal research, my personal logic and, let's say, cultural journey, and for me, religion is just a man-made construct that appeals to our evolutionary primed mammal brains that need purpose. This is what I arrived to this conclusion by doing my own research, which doesn't mean I know
research. What exactly research have you done?
I read books, I watched YouTube videos.
Which book have you read about any of the religions?
Okay, sorry, my message is not coming across. I do not.
It looks like you're implying that you have done research.
Well, I'm not.
And then you have decided not to follow religion. Am I right?
Yes.
So what research? That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Give me one book that you've read about anything other than, say, Catholicism, which is your, what do you say, your immediate environment.
Okay. I am not very prepared on either religion, right?
So basically, can I say you haven't done any research from that angle?
No, I've done some research. I've done some research, right? I haven't read the whole Bible. It's fucking 66 books. Come on, or 73. I can't. I'm not interested in spending 1 month of my life reading them. I'm not interested. As a month. Huh?
Okay, that's fine.
2 months, whatever.
I'm not asking you how much you spend, how much time. Just tell me what you've read. That's all.
I've watched a lot of conference on YouTube and read a few books.
Sorry, YouTube?
Well, is that the problem?
No, it's not the problem. I'm
Well,
asking
if I okay.
I was asking about books.
Okay.
You read any books?
I've read a lot of books.
Okay, so give me one book that you've read about religion.
Well, a lot of them, like, I don't know, The God Delusion, Christopher Hitchens books.
That's not a religious book.
No, they are books about religion.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't need
It's
to
about an
okay.
atheist perspective of religion.
Okay. There are also, for example, there is a website, I'm telling you, that they've done some research, right? So the Bible is on the internet, you can read it on the internet, right? And there are some websites that point out where the Bible contradicts itself, right? So you take a sentence here, and they have found another sentence that says exactly the opposite. So the claim that the Bible is the word of God
is a contradiction.
Sorry, yeah.
So you found the contradiction.
If I tell you, oh, white is good, and then I go the next time and say, no, white is bad, and I write them in the same book, and then you come to me and say, oh, this book says the whole truth, and I say, well, this book says white is good, and then it says white is bad. What am I supposed to believe?
Okay, what if I showed you contradictions in science?
So this is,
would you then reject science?
Hold on a second.
Sorry,
if I showed you contradictions in science, would you reject science?
But science is... Sorry, that's the wrong question.
No, it's not. It's the same. I'm using your standards to judge science, which is your domain, I believe.
Science, if there is a contradiction in science, that is acknowledged, and people say, okay, why is there a contradiction? Is it because maybe the theory is wrong, or maybe the experiment was not accurate enough, or maybe we have discovered something new? That's the way contradictions are taken.
So science, can I say science is constantly evolving?
Oh yes, that's the whole point, yeah.
Okay. So is there anything factual in science you can tell me which will never evolve?
I think the whole point of science is that it's the pursuit of knowledge. So in the scientific pursuit, we understand, we as a species, as people, like men, has understood that, okay, I am a single man, okay, I know something, but I know very little about the world. Maybe I cannot prove gravity to you, but I know that my brain, wait a minute, but I know that my brain is easily fooled because maybe I see something moving, and maybe I see a bush moving, like, oh, I'm scared, oh, there might be a tiger. No, actually might be that was only the wind. Or, we are easily fooled by our minds. We think, many people say, oh, look at the chemtrails, oh, just use your eyes. No, my eyes are fucking shitty experimental devices, right? I can see anything. Wait a minute. I know that my eyes are easily fooled, right? So, a lot of men, if we as people come together, we acknowledge our limitations of our biological instruments, right? So today we say, oh, we think like a lot of times ago, we thought that our eyes were what matter. If I see something, then it must be true. I know everything about it. But why do we have electron microscope today? Because we know that our eyes are limited, but there is more to that. So we came up with acknowledging our limitations and talking to each other, and together we, thought about things and discovered that there is more to it. So we thought, oh well, I cannot see electrons, but I can see there is something that points me in the direction of the electrons. So if I cannot see it, it means that it doesn't exist. Well, let's try and build a machine. Oh, actually, well, wait a minute, this machine is based on some principle, then you build on that, and you incrementally build the knowledge and the technology, and then finally you see, oh, actually, you see, electrons out there, even if no one can see them in the world, because our eyes are not equipped for that, but we can prove there's a chain of provable things, because many people have collaborated over hundreds of years to build that, and then somebody, or a few people with enough knowledge in that field can explain to you hopefully in layman terms, or maybe to me, if I can understand, why that particular graph on a signal on a graph means that there's an electron. And why do I believe them? Because
Because of your phone.
Because if they were wrong, this thing would not fucking work. Okay. But this works.
I'll tell you what, you know that thing in your hole which you keep in your hand, the phone? Do you think the phone can just appear one day without anyone
oh no, it took a lot of, well, I would say 10,000 years to get here, right?
So which was more complex, this or the universe?
What question is that? What does that even
Very
mean?
simple.
No, it's not simple. It's not. What is complexity?
Complexity of the universe is
well,
more complex than a phone, right? Do you
okay,
agree?
I got an argument for you. This
No,
one,
but you-
no, wait.
I'll let you talk for like 2 minutes, and you're not even answering a simple question I'm asking you.
Okay,
Do you really
I'm
think...
trying to answer your question now.
Okay,
Sorry.
what was my question?
Your question is more complex, this thing or the universe?
And what is your answer?
This is part of the universe.
I know it is.
So therefore,
Before this existed, listen.
Therefore, the
Before
universe
this-
is more complex than
Before this existed, the universe existed, right? Before you existed, the universe existed.
Probably the universe was less complex, yes.
Less complex.
Yeah, before this thing existed, the universe didn't have this complexity in it, so it was less
I
complex.
really don't know what you mean by complex in that sense. Before even human beings existed, the universe existed.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay? If your phone cannot come by itself, how do you think the universe
this
came
is
by itself?
the watchmaker thing. If there is something manufactured, then something must have manufactured the universe.
How would you respond to that?
That I don't see any reason for putting God into that.
You see, you are given every reason for everything that exists today.
This
you
is
need
the God of the
an
gap.
microscope to see these little
Because we cannot
microscopic device. You need X, Y, and Z to see this. But when it comes to the universe, you say we don't need to know this. I mean, come on, that is a basic question as a human being who's curious. That is a basic question you should be asking. Where did all this come about?
Which is
how?
I love that question. I'm fascinated by the
But
question.
you just say I don't know. That's all you say.
Do you know?
I'm telling you, as a person who believes in God, I will say God created it. But because you don't believe in God, you're an atheist.
Yes.
That's the reason this line of questioning to you. For you to say that I don't know where this complexity came from. But you're more focused on this phone. Look, because of this, I believe. I mean, come on.
No, sorry, this is not my line of reasoning.
So what is your line of reasoning about this complexity that comes up?
Okay.
Do you think all this just came by chance?
I am okay.
The fact that we are speaking here on Sunday as human beings,
it's fantastic. And the fact that we are here to witness this today and not to slaughter each other like they did in the Middle Ages, I'm very lucky to live in this time.
And by the way, do you know, in the Middle Ages, slaughtering has been done by both religious and non-religious people.
Well, I don't see any slaughtering being done in the name of atheism.
Really? When you say in the name of atheism, what do you mean?
Because if you say...
You can't say in the name of atheism, because atheism is a concept. It basically just means you reject God.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want to...
I'm saying the people who reject God have committed a lot of atrocities.
As well, yeah.
So don't just say...
Okay, but let's stick to the... I can follow you on that part, but let's stick on the...
We're having a discussion here. Yes. For us to be here, yes, if we didn't have the right amount of gravity or the right amount of sunlight, sunbeam distance,
I totally agree with you.
all this would be non-existent.
There is even a thing like some physical constants, right? Like constant of gravity or other like Planck constant. All those things appear to be so fine-tuned that if any of these physical constants was even the slightest different, maybe the universe wouldn't be like it is now. Right?
That's what I'm telling you.
But this is the fine-tuning argument.
No, but
all
the fine-tuning,
the physics is all fine-tuned, therefore God. I don't do that job.
I'm not telling you to do that job. I'm asking you what caused that fine-tuning.
I'm telling you. My answer is I don't know.
Exactly what I mean.
So what's the problem with that?
What my problem with that is that for you to denounce all this existing, which you can see, which you can verify today, with all the devices and scientific advancements, and you still say all this came about by accident, by chance, by nothing.
I say I don't know. And okay. My response to that is twofold. The first thing is I don't know. And on that, I say... Wait. Okay, no. Saying I don't know is a response, because if I had a child and he asked me, how did we get to the moon, I can get a book and explain to him. If he said to me, ask me something else that I don't know about, I would tell to him, look, honestly, I don't know. If you're interested, I can look for some sources of information for you. So I don't know is a perfectly
Have you
valid
asked
answer.
yourself this question, which I'm asking you before? Have you asked yourself this question?
Since I was a kid.
Okay. So why have you not looked at it?
Listen, this is the thing, yeah.
Why is it?
So
Why
you're not
is it
getting
the
me.
kid? I don't know.
I have looked into it. Therefore, my two responses to that is one, I don't know.
Is it I don't know? I have not found it. Which one is it?
Okay.
Because it looks like you have researched it.
Yeah.
So either you have not found it, found the answer, or you're just saying I don't know because just for the sake of it.
Okay, I think nobody really knows.
No, you can't say nobody. Because you haven't met everybody.
Okay, I don't think.
To
Okay,
make that statement is kind of.
I can say a lot of people don't know how the Big Bang works, me included, because I cannot explain the Big Bang to you in full detail. But we know as a species because people have found about it, right? Whereas what caused the Big Bang is still a question that is still in research. Right? My saying I don't know is because first I am not a theoretical physicist, I am not a quantum physicist, I am not a scholar, I am just a freaking programmer, right? So with an interest in science. So when I say I don't know, it means I personally don't know, and second, it means I haven't found any factual-based sources or theory. I know that there are theories that have been brought about in the public scientific discourse, just like the one I was telling you by Richard Cross about particles appearing, disappearing. So science is still talking about it. There are theories proposed on the field up for discussion. For me, this is I don't know, but we're looking into it.
Okay,
and the second thing is, I personally don't have any need to put any sort of God into that equation. I don't feel that need, and I think so. My journey is that the logic.
When you say you don't have the need,
yeah.
I mean, that is like.
I hope that is enough of a responsibility.
For you to say, your need arises on the day when you realize that when you die, there is actually an afterlife. What do you think? Do you think there's a possibility?
Okay, it's very simple. When we die, our brain stops the functions the way it does when we are alive. Okay, let me ask you a question.
As a physical body, yes.
Yeah, no, there is nothing altered by physical.
There's no, you don't believe there's a spiritual.
Okay, that's a wrong question. Okay, let me ask you something. Yes, this is a very nice and complex piece of equipment, right? It does amazing things. It's very, very complex. It works in certain ways. I put it I won't do that because I'm not that rich, but if I put there and I smash it, and then it doesn't work anymore, what happened to this phone? Did the soul of the phone fly away?
Are you serious?
I'm seriously asking you.
Okay. How is this compared to you? Which is more complex?
Okay, this is a fair rebuttal, so I'll drop the question. You want it. Okay, the reason this
wasn't a rebuttal, bro. It's common sense. For a person of science to ask such a question is ludicrous, honestly.
Which question?
The question you ask comparing this to you as a body.
Okay.
As a body.
Okay, let me explain to you why it is not ludicrous, why it is a serious question. The reason this thing stops working like we expect to. Let me finish my answer. If I break this and I burn it, or I drop and I break it, it doesn't work anymore because the electrical signals in here do not work anymore, right? The electrons in there are electrons flowing about.
Nothing to do with spiritual, my friend.
Okay, wait.
My question was about spiritual.
Okay, let me finish. I'm answering the question.
You're not really.
Okay,
you're comparing apples and oranges here.
Let me finish that. Okay, let me go straight to the point. What happens in the brain, okay, we know it's a fact because you can put electrodes in the brain and by electricity stimulate thoughts and feelings and stuff, right? Oh no, come on.
To a degree you can, but
okay, no, wait.
You can't do that much.
No, to a degree you can.
In fact, the scientists don't even know. They're still studying dreams as to why dreams occur.
Okay, this is not my point. My point is the brain is a piece of stuff that works by electrical signals, right?
Yeah, it's got electric signals.
Okay,
but they don't understand.
Okay. The fact that we don't know everything about love doesn't mean that we don't understand how the brain works. The brain. So let me finish my argument very briefly.
Yes, please.
The reason I compare this phone to my brain is that the brain is just a different piece of electrical equipment, right? It's biological electricity. When I die, it means that the laws of thermodynamics do not work anymore. I don't feed myself, right? I don't inject any more energy. So, second law of thermodynamics kicks in. There is no go to the lowest possible energy equilibrium. It means my brain does not have any more electrical signals, and if I don't have electrical signals flowing the way they are now, I am dead. There are degrees to that. If my brain gets injured and the electricity in my brain works 80% the way it used to be, I might get dementia, I might get bipolar, I might get all sorts of diseases.
I know that.
The point is that there is no need for spirituality to explain how your brain works.
You know what you're doing?
So
you're just explaining to me the function
let me
of
finish.
the brain
Let
and
me
the
finish.
importance of it.
You asked me what happens when you die, and I'm telling you, because our brain is an electrical machine, just like when you break the phone, if you smash a hammer in my head, I'm dead just because the phone is dead. It's the same thing.
Okay, it's not the same thing. I'll tell you why. Because you know, when your phone is smashed, you can easily build another phone. But when your brain is smashed,
well, easily.
When your
Not
brain
really
is smashed,
easily.
trust me, you cannot build another brain. It's not the same thing. That's what I'm telling you. You're comparing apples and oranges. Now going back to my question about the afterlife. You see, as a person,
you say the fact
every time
that
I talk, you want to interrupt.
Okay.
I did not interrupt you for 2 minutes at least.
yeah, but you
Let me talk
make
as well.
claims.
I didn't make a claim. I'm asking
You
a question.
say
I haven't even
the
finished.
difference between this and the brain is that you can easily build another one, but you can't build another brain. But that doesn't prove that this thing doesn't work on electricity.
No, you completely misunderstood what I said.
Okay, sorry.
I said that product over there is a product of a human being, of our intelligence.
Oh, yes.
Which again is using the brain. Yes.
Therefore, electricity
now
can
hear me
yes,
out.
okay.
The brain is not just electricity. It's more
It
than
is.
that.
No, it is.
Trust me. It's more than
trust
that.
me, it is. It's just chemistry.
It's just chemistry.
Of course.
So why can't you build another brain? If
Because it's too complex.
So what did you say?
It is too complex.
Oh, so it is complex, not simple.
Yeah.
You're contradicting yourself. You don't even realize that.
Okay, no, I didn't realize that.
You should, because
The brain is too complex
The brain,
to be built by a human.
cannot be compared to the most powerful computer today, let alone a simple phone like yours.
We can't, no.
Exactly.
They're different.
So don't tell me
These
they
are
the
more
same.
powerful in
That's what
many
you were
ways.
saying earlier.
Yeah.
You were saying they were the same. They are not the same. It is not just a matter of
No,
electricity.
I'm not saying okay, come on. They are not the same. This is not a brain, this is not a cell phone.
And that's what I'm telling you exactly.
Yeah, but the basis is the same.
The base is even not the same.
Electrons
My friend,
flowing.
listen,
Oh,
even
wait.
the base is not the same. You know why? Because without the brain, that wouldn't come about.
That doesn't mean okay.
That means one is dependent on the other fully. Just like
this is a wrong argument. This is a wrong line of
Just like
reasoning.
we are dependent on God to be here in this world.
Your belief.
Yeah, of course it's my belief.
This
I
is-
never
okay.
impose it on you.
No.
But I'm telling you, for you to say I don't know, that is maybe your answer. That is maybe the scientists that you have studied their answer. But even scientists like Dawkins doesn't say that completely that there is no possibility God is there. Are you aware of that?
Nah, well, that's misstating his words.
No, it's not. You should
He's
read his books.
I read his books and I watched his talks.
And do you really think he says categorically that can never be a
Oh,
God?
if he said that, he would contradict himself.
Maybe yes, just like the way you did now.
When
anyway-
did I contradict myself?
Well, you said the brain and this is the same, just
No,
electricity.
no.
And then you changed.
Okay, this is not what I mean.
Maybe you should watch the video when it comes out.
Okay.
But anyway, let's not go there again. What I'm
No,
saying is that
you're
look,
putting some words in my mouth that I didn't
I'm
say.
not. You check the video. Don't.
Okay,
Don't
okay. What I mean by these two things are the same. It means that
You said the same concept even. You even use those words. They are the same concept.
Okay.
And your main.
will you allow me to explain to you what I mean by these two things are based on the same principle, are the same?
Yeah, you said electricity already, didn't you?
But you didn't understand me, because of course a brain is not a cell phone. I'm not claiming that. That would be
So what
silly.
is the same concept you're talking about?
A brain is working on the same physics, fundamental laws of physics that a cell phone and this microphone and this tarmac does.
Earlier you said it's chemistry, now it's physics. Which one is it? Make up your mind.
It's the same chemistry.
It's not the same.
Oh, come on.
Don't tell me chemistry and physics is the same now, please.
Chemistry.
You're making it worse for yourself.
Wait a
Trust me.
minute.
You're
Oh, come
making
on, wait
it
a
worse.
minute. Why?
Chemistry and physics are same? Seriously? Since when? Why are there different fields in science? Because there's a reason for it.
The reason chemistry works like it does is because of the laws of physics underneath the atoms, right? They are not the same. Oh, come on. Why? They are not. We're saying they are the same. They are
I'm the one saying they're not the same. So you're agreeing with me now. Good.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's carry on. Look, I'm not saying you believe in the afterlife. I'm just saying if there is a possibility
Yes.
that there is an afterlife.
I think there is
Let
no
me finish the
possibility.
question.
Okay, sorry. Finish.
I'm down, man.
sorry. I'm calm.
You don't need to be so defensive. Okay. What I'm saying is that if there is an afterlife and there is a possibility, there is a possibility.
Yes.
You heard of the Pascal's wager, yes?
Which is
That there is a
not an argument to be brought about to demonstrate God, because utterly debunked. Anyway.
Really? Okay, I'll see how you debunk it.
Yeah.
So let's say there's a possibility of God afterlife, and there's a possibility
For the sake of argument, okay.
afterlife.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is one aspect. The other aspect is you die and that's it. You become dust and that's the end of it.
Okay. This is what I really think is happening.
Yes. Now, if it is the latter, which is you die and that's it, end of it.
Which is what happens really in reality. Okay.
Well, you don't know the reality because you haven't died yet.
Well, have you ever seen anybody, like if you smash someone's brain, do they come alive again?
Well, they might not come alive physically, but they might come alive spiritually, which you can't see.
Okay,
but anyway, let's not get there. I'm still explaining to you the Pascal's wager,
Yes.
and I want to see how you debunk it.
The Pascal wagers, if I remember correctly, is what if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah, what if you're wrong?
Yeah.
Then what happens?
What happens? What's the point?
You said
Why do I have...
you debunk it easily.
Okay. So
you said it's easily debunked.
yeah.
Debunk it.
Okay. So you explain me the question again because I can't remember.
I thought you understood.
Yeah, no.
Well, let me
Okay,
explain again.
I admit.
All right, let's say
Can you phrase the question
when you
again?
die.
Yes.
When you die, there is two possibilities. One possibility is that.
Oh yes, so I'd rather believe in God because that's a safer option. That's
You
the
want
thing,
me to
right?
explain it and you cut me off again.
Sorry. Go.
Calm down. Look, after you die, there is two possibilities. One
Yes.
possibility is that we become dust and that's it. Yes, we cease to exist. The second possibility is that when you die, there is actually another world, an afterlife, and there is God. And these two are the possibilities you have. Yes. So if you have the first possibility, which is you cease to exist,
Yep.
you see, neither you or I are going to lose much. Am I? Regardless of our belief in this world, yes, there is not much that we are going to lose.
Right.
However, if the second possibility that there is an afterlife.
Oh yes. I'm gonna lose a lot because there is nothing
Doing
for
it
me.
again, brother.
Yeah.
I haven't finished explaining it. So the second possibility where you die and there is a possibility of afterlife,
Yes.
and this now becomes a fact. Once you have closed your eyes, once you're dead, then your spiritual eyes will open.
Yeah.
Yes. And you realize that there is this reality which I've denied all my life, and there is the possibility of all the spirituality and God, and now I'm going to face the consequence of what I did in the world.
Yes. Okay.
Now who's taking the bigger risk here, like my brother asked?
I think
Because I'm prepared for this life.
I think
For
you.
the
Okay.
afterlife.
I think the believer is taking the bigger risk.
Why?
Because you are living your life trying to please something that might not be there. Whereas I'm living my life based on different values that I
But
get.
remember
from-
I said the second possibility, that something which I'm trying to please is there. So if it
Yes,
is
so
true,
for me- okay.
listen, if it is true,
Yeah.
yes, I have actually prepared for it.
Yeah.
What have you done for that?
I haven't killed anyone for once.
No, but that's not all that sends you.
Yes, but what?
Your
So
salvation.
what do you do to be saved?
Okay, see, now you're asking the right question. In order to be saved, obviously you lead the life according to what the Almighty wants you to.
Okay.
So He's given you certain guidance
Yes.
to lead your life in this life. To stay
Sorry,
away
how?
from.
How is that going to come to you?
Oh, it comes from Him. So it comes from God.
Yes.
And it comes via an angel to His messenger, which is then
Yeah.
passed on to us.
By how? Listening, thoughts, books, what? Books. Okay. Written by?
Written by who? Oh, actually written?
Physically.
Yeah, physically written by human beings. But the actual book itself,
Yeah.
the content of it,
Yeah.
it is directly from the Almighty God.
Okay. So my answer to the Pascal wager is
Wager.
for me. Basing your life according to this. So you think that there's a God that inspired some men to write some words, right? Words that, correct me if I'm wrong, they come from ancient times, right? Like
Word
what?
from God.
2,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago?
Doesn't matter.
No,
How long ago, but it's
how
from
long?
God.
How long? Well, how long?
Oh, it depends which book you're talking about.
But if there's
If
just
it's
one
the
book,
Quran is 1400 years.
1400.
If it is the Old New Testament is probably 2000 years. If it is the Old Testament.
but they do not agree with themselves, right?
No, but
The
you see-
Bible is contradicted. So
Hold on. Now you're going to what is inside the book. But
Yes.
before we discuss what's inside the book.
no, but if you
I
base your
want-
life on the book,
listen,
the
listen.
book
Listen, my
content
friend.
must be very, very well written. Otherwise,
Actually, I
you base
agree
your-
with you. You see, this is a principle of the Quran. The Quran says that if this book is from anyone other than Allah, then surely you'll find discrepancies in it. Yes, chapter 4, verse 82. And this is what you have to realize, that this particular book is actually giving you an acid test to decipher whether it is from God or not. If this book is from anyone other than God, surely you'll find discrepancies and contradictions in it. And that is the reason, one of the reasons that we reject that the Bible today is not the book it is claiming to be.
Yeah, it's very contradicting.
And I agree with
contradicting
you.
in itself.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you.
Okay.
And this is the principle of the Quran actually.
Right.
Now, if you find a book that doesn't contradict itself, then what?
Okay. Well, then it's a well-written book.
Yeah, it's a well-written book. Which
doesn't prove that it's written by God.
No, but hold on.
Because any man can write a book that doesn't.
You know, the question I asked you is that what if there is an afterlife? Then what is your plan B? The Pascal wager is. You said it can easily be debunked. Okay. So far, you seem to be struggling. Okay.
I think I answered you, but I'm trying to. I'll try again. So, you think? Okay, you take the wager that there is a God that told you in some way that you base your life on. So the word of God inspires your life, right? Is that correct?
You're going too much into detail about the actual religion.
No.
We haven't come to that point yet.
I'm trying to answer your question.
No. What he actually asked you was the Pascal's wager.
Yeah. I'm trying to reply to that.
Earlier on, you stated that yes, you agree with him, to a certain extent. So did you say that? Are you saying that you, as an atheist, are taking the bigger risk?
No. I'm saying that the atheist position is the less risky position.
In what sense?
How is it?
I'm trying to explain that, but it's very difficult.
Less risky.
Okay, the atheist position is less risky.
That's what he's saying.
Less risky.
Risky? What's the risk?
Why? Because I'm trying to reply, guys, but it's very difficult to make my point. Okay, because my hypothesis is that there is no God, so I can live my life based.
You remember I showed you the two possibilities. Look, we have already dealt with one possibility where you basically afterlife, nothing exists. That's
you said that. Okay,
you cease to exist. So neither you nor me are going to be any worse off.
Exactly.
However, if there is a possibility that God exists and there is an afterlife, how have you prepared for that?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Vegard and I'm a Norwegian Muslim convert. I'm working with the Dawah organization IslamNet to establish the Deen of Allah here in Norway. I am so grateful to Allah for having guided me to Islam. Sadly, I am the only Muslim in my family. It hurts me that my parents haven't accepted Islam yet, and I ask Allah to guide them. But it also gives me a special drive to work for the establishment of Islam. I don't want anyone to miss the chance of becoming Muslim. The Prophet ﷺ said that the Muslims are like one body. If you can feel my pain, would you please help me relieve it? You are now my new family. Click the link and donate to establish this masjid and share in the reward for the message of Islam reaching the corners of Norway.